Yeah, I just happen to grow up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, so I know what's going on there better than you do. So, hey, it ain't even difficult to prove they started AIDS. No, it ain't even difficult. You can prove they started AIDS in one, two, three, but they're keeping under wraps because they want the divvies from the storyline. They want the divvies from the storyline. One part of the storyline is how they put me in the position for Trumpy Tuna Putin Queerball gets it in the ass if he goes for two virgins. And this is Richard Starkey's John Lennon satiric on it, where let's see, it's one, two, three. It's easy to prove. They clocked two virgins' pussy balls, an anthropological military secret war game from the mendicants of Pennsylvania for Hitler, Reagan, Heil Jesus crowd in broad daylight. They used to never agent, and they got that weirdo Robert Fripp to come pirouetting on his, incubus guitar. Virginity proves rape. You could have saved me, Jimmy. John Lennon was the unborn in the womb. All dreamed up by Pope Carl and King Edward. It's a revenge for Hitler. One, two, three, one, two, three. It's easy to prove. And they deny that there is an index. The man who nearly killed me were named Ronnie and Casper, just like Reagan and Weiber. They were. Yep. That's Bibi Netanyahu. Gail Burstyn said she asked her brother, "Oh, Jimmy wrote to me." And he said, "Jimmy who?" That's Fluxus linguistics. Jimmy who? Don't know who they scribbled on my father's obituary. Netanyahu. Who done it? Who's the spirit in the sky? Who's cast for the friendly ghost? Jimmy, Pimmy, Wimmy, Dimmy. Let's all go to Mr. Rogers for Marcus. Burns girls gangrenous with Parkers from the fireplace. Not during that, Marcus. And then we shipped them up to Mount Desert Island for a quarantine show of needle tracks and grim reapers at the vagina. Tattoos, yes, they did. Then they burned down the Jackson Labs. And it was all penis Gabriel real world's experience part. Nah, 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 nah. As they went go off with your stamp collections and the Bibles from the museum, and ha 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 ha. And Hustler's going to come get you me in the ass because pornography is his second version. So he's an honorary sacrifice for the Yoko Ono King Crimson Queerball show. And this is what they really did. Bibi was the name of Elizabeth Blumenfeld, Beth Blumenfeld, Bibi, and Wade Bibi was the character who introduced me to Martin Alderman, who's the Wells Fargo farcical Cyril Wecht agent for the Russians in the matter, who impinged the persona with Pentagon Disney actresses. He worked with Oliver Stone, Ming No Wen, saying, the devil at the one side of the earth and the angel at the other side of the earth. Well, Leslie Katz had her legs spread. Hey, Jimmy, that's John Lennon in there. Don't you want to incarnate John Lennon? No, she said no. She's being coy. Don't you want it? And she's rubbing the red burning bush in the face of Jimmy Curley, who's been locked out of church so that murdering Huns could kidnap and torture him by Sean Brooks, who's listening people. Tell us what he says is weird. If something he says is weird, tell us it's weird. And he gets into position after killing my father at Pitt. No, we don't know who killed my father. Oh, that's right. We don't know who. And Bibi, I have Parkinson's. I apologize for the lapse. Bibi, they tortured me. This tape will self-destruct in 15 seconds. So they, so Bibi is like Beth Blumenfeld and Wade Bibi, right? He's the one who introduced me to the Scott. And Wade is like um, Henry Wade. So the Bibi is like the baby in the womb, little Bibi. And Ian Whitemaker gave me a BB gun into my horror when I aimed at the bird he told me to aim at. I hit it. I've always felt terrible about that. Marcia, the bird lady of Gyrus, which stands for Jive Virus, remembers how I cried at that memory. If she's still around, I hope she is. God bless them all. Reagan didn't know. Reagan did know. He was behind it with Hitler, Lenin, and they have it all carpet pull out of the, out under the feet of the queer ball. Jimmy Craig could have saved John Lennon. And they come flocking down from the heights of Highland Park with advanced materials and devices. Their stupid show. And they even called this place WQED. When Queen Elizabeth is dead, we'll discuss it. And they have these um, ancient Knights of Resignation marching in full columns from all over the Middle East, all over Eurasia, all over the Ukraine, all over Russia. They're saying, we will do what Simon says. We will do what the leapfrog oligarch says, because they want war of the spirit. Major General Lane, in his stupid book, said, peace only comes with the spirit through war. This is what JFK didn't understand, he explains to us in his all-knowing Pope Carl wisdom. So we know what they were up to really is contracting abortions on a sex slave to make a production. See, they come trotting out with their butcher baby show. He had abortions. See, he's subhuman, and they paid for and sponsored the whole thing. So they didn't give me much choice in the matter. That's for sure. So one thing these psychopathic people don't is care about anything. Don't get it through your head that they care about anything. But of course, they claim their failure to warn is empathy, because Penis Sinfield comes down on his violin and says, we're the minstrels of Sobibor. Don't scare the merchandise as we lead them to the gas chamber. Jimmy. And this is the whole message of Roger Waters in the surveillance state, the brainwave sonar that makes them God. It's like Kirill Tune, Mockingbird on high. So, and the doors of faith open into the revolving bookshelf in Robert Redford's death chambers, because he was really very much part of the whole thing. So we can discuss the Diva is a good example of the film crowd. The man who made Diva said, the more popular I am, the more violence gets done for me. He really said that stuff. And they promote T. Simon, and they have a double entendre on T. Simon. It's Tammy Simon, the androgynous Jew with the aquiline nose, who promoted Lenin in the name of Leslie Katz at a Princeton, New Jersey Unitarian Church for the LRY, which is where Leslie Katz went out screaming in the woods, going to rape, kill, pillage, and burn. Remember? The free speech by Spike Old Lee Day of Leslie Katz and Robert Fripp. Virginity proves rape, and T. Simon Farasani of Venda, South Africa. See, they're networking the whole thing. Desmond Tutu may have even been named by people who were in on 22, the 112244. Remember the 112244, 1122, and then 44 when they did JFK and King, to raise money for Pope Carl's operations of the Spirit. You will feel peace of the Spirit once you accept. And they have this whole idea that they're changing the human heart when they torture Pittsburgh public school students for Yoko Ono, and you burn them alive with neurochemicals so they perform for us, as Gregory Carl puts it. Mackenzie Cirillo was recruited to perform for them. And Paul Mackenzie, you performed for us. Now we're going to brainwash you into saying that you understand you did wrong by Weezo. And they have a crime code that includes things like TVC15, TV, right? Terry Vesco's carrot comment from the 15-year-old, we're going to extrude Jimmy Queerball. And quite rightly, they value my video talks. But they want to raise money for the people that they massacred. So the penis says Symphony can come down and play the violin of soul people. You could have saved John Lennon so you were imperial merchandise of the crown. And everybody went along with COVID-19 queerball. Are you trying to preach the converted? Everybody wanted to do it. We didn't know there's overcrowding. And so we'll send in Hamas, kill the rave, because the raves deserve it. They've lived enough. You've had your share of life. And then we'll get them to knock off some of the gorilla people, the subhuman people, with the COVID masks as part of their culture. And we'll have Russia come and rescue us with the help of Joey Gabidon. And we will all wax theosophical and say, praise Weezo, our hearts have been changed. What you did was kidnap and torture a Pittsburgh public school student. And then you terrorized me by doing it again with a girl from Ohio, didn't you? Isn't that what really happened? Hitler, Reagan.